and the basic principles involved in counting. Okay, so let us get started with. First of all, why is this chapter useful? Where is it used? So it is the most ever important chapter in mathematics. Anywhere you will find it. You take any exam after your graduation or before the graduation, like this counting chapter will be there right from the 12th standard CET exam, JEE exam, GATE exam after the graduation. If you are planning GRE, if you are planning to do MBA GATE exam, everywhere you will find these concepts of counting very useful. It will be used in every field of mathematics, and it is the most essential important chapter. Not only in the entrance exams, even if you want a training, even if you want to have some placement, campus placement, always you will find questions on counting. So why is this counting very important? It is the very fundamental thing in computer science. Counting has its lots of application because we need to have some counting. Basically provides us estimate of the various things, which is the must for the business applications. So in that way, it is the most essential, and you will never get relief from this. Wherever you go, this will come along with you. So remember, there are very few concepts in this chapter, but you need to understand the concepts very well in order to get any question correctly. Otherwise, the chances I have seen many, according to my experience and teaching experience so far, I know the students find this chapter the most difficult one in terms of success rate. And the reason behind this is is only one thing, that it is very conceptual chapter. It is not that you have lots of formulas and you just use the formula and substitute the values. You need to understand what formula you are using, why are you using that, what is the concept behind it. It is I am again repeating and I am again stressing on that this is the most ever conceptual chapter you will ever see, and it is very important to get this correctly. So we will be totally stressing on what the concepts are and how to make use of those concepts and derive the results. So remember one thing, now we are going to start with this basic principles of counting. And believe me, whatever entire chapter, entire this counting, probability, permutation, combination is all derived on basis of this. There is nothing more than this. Once you get this correctly, this entire chapter is full of this thing. Once you get these things correctly, you become the king. You have all the power with you. But this you should be able to understand what is its meaning and how is it used, where will it be used. You need to understand this very clearly. So in that way, we will see the most important thing of the mathematics, basic principles of counting. So let us start off with that. So there are two main basic principles. One is of addition and one is of multiplication. Okay, so the thing goes in this way. Imagine that you have one job to be done. Okay, and there are P alternatives with you to do that job. And you have another job to be done, which is independent of the first job, and there are few ways or few alternatives in which you can do it. For example, let us take a simple example. Here is place A. The job 1 is to go to place B from A to B. Okay? And I say that there are 3 ways available with me. I can go from A to B via bus, train or auto. So these are the 3 possible ways in which I can go from A to B. And similarly, there are, let's say, 2 possible ways in which I can go from A to C. I can use auto and I can use, let's say, taxi. Okay? So this is one job which is to be done, like going from A to B, and going from A to C is another job. Now here both the jobs are independent of each other. It is not that it is dependent on each other. So the statement is very clearly you have to understand. If one job can be done in P number of ways, and there is a second independent job which can be done in few ways, then what this basic principle of addition answer is that the number of ways in which you can do job 1 or job 2 it is OR. Job 1 or job 2 is P plus Q. So this is the main two thing. OR gets means addition. This is what the basic principle of addition implies to us. Okay. So the number of ways in which job 1 or job 2 can be done is equal to P plus Q, which is 5 in this case. And why is it so? If I ask you in how many ways can you go from A to B or C, that means what? Either you are going to B or you are going to C. You are never going to B and C both the places. That means you are leaving the place A. You are not sure where you are living. Either you will live towards B or you will live towards C. If you live towards B, you have 3 options available with you. And if you go towards C, you have 2 options available with you. So in total, I will say that I have 5 options with me. I can go from A to B via bus. I can go from A to B via train. I can go from A to B using auto. Or I can go from A to C by using auto. Or I can go from A to C by using taxi. So I have 5 number of options available with me in this example. That is what is the basic principle of addition. This is the most important thing. Whenever you have a choice, that is you have to do this or this, you have to do one job or second job, then the number of ways in which it can be done is equal to P plus Q, which is the addition of the two. Okay. So let me just erase it off. Looking. Now let us see the basic principle of multiplication. Let us take one similar type of example. Okay. So again the statement is same. If one job can be done in P number of ways and the second job can independently be done in Q number of ways, so what the basic principle of multiplication answer is that the number of ways in which job 1 and job 2, I am using the word and, the number of ways in which job 1 and job 2, task 1 and task 2 can be done is P multiplied by Q. That is, and gets transformed to multiplication. This is the most important thing. Everywhere it will be used. So the number of ways in which job 1 and job 2 can be done is P multiplied by Q. Again, let us take a simple example and understanding from the basic intuition that we have. Suppose I am at place A. From place A to place B, I can go by 2 ways, by bus and by auto. And from B to C, I can go in 3 number of ways, by using taxi or by by walking or by cycle. So now the question is that I want to go from A to C. If I ask what is the number of ways in which I can go from A to C. So to mind here, if I want to go from A to C, I have to first go from A to B and then I have to go from B to C. So it is essentially the word and. If I want to go from A to C, it is I want to go from A to B and then I want to go from B to C. Okay. So the number of ways to go from A to B are 2 and the number of ways to go from B to C are 3. So the total number of ways to go from A to C will be 6. Let us see how it is 6 in this case. Let us consider this thing. That suppose if I go from A to B by bus, then I have 3 options to go from B to C. I can go by train, I can go walk-in or I can go by cycle. So these are 3 options if I go from A to B by bus. Similarly, if I go from A to B by auto, similarly I will have 3 options to go from B to C again. By using taxi, by walking or by using cycle. So if you see the total, I will have 6 number of ways. 3 number of ways for each entry here. So if there are M and P entries here, then there are Q entries here. I will have Q options for each one entry here. So total options will be P multiplied by cube. Now you may think that this is very simple thing. It looks quite obvious, but one underlying thing is that the two events must be independent of each other, and we will see how this simple thing can be used to solve lots of examples with practical implementation as well. But this is the main thing that you need to remember, which I covered, that there are two main principles in mathematics regarding counting. One is of addition and one is of multiplication. So the addition principle says that if you can do one job in this x number of ways, another job in y number of ways, the number of ways of doing job 1 or job 2 is x plus y. So or gets transformed into addition. Similarly, multiplication says that and where you have to do both the things gets transformed into multiplication. Okay. Now this is similar to like saying all these chapters of mathematics are very much related, like logic. In logic, this becomes the union bit and this becomes intersection. Similarly, in digital logic or in set theory, this becomes union and this becomes intersection. So all this thing of counting can be transformed from one field of mathematics to another field of mathematics. This is very important. Okay, so with this, let us see some example, because this chapter can be best be understood and best be solved only if you have numerous, if you do lots and lots of practice. This is the one chapter which needs lots of practice and patience to solve the questions. So we will solve many questions, but the thing is that when I will write a question, you pause the video and try to think on yourself what the answer can be, and then you can switch on and find out whether your answer is correct or not. Okay, so we now start with some basic type of questions.